Hello again. The National Digital and Future Skills Conference has kicked off today. The Department of Communications and Digital Technologies says this year's theme is realizing the digital economy and scaling up skills development and to support innovation and the digital revolution. The two-day conference is seeking ways to close the digital skills gap. It's underway in East London in the Eastern Cape, and there leading it is the Minister of Communications and Digital Technologies, Mondli Gungubele, who joins us now live from East London, from the venue of the conference. Minister, good afternoon. The conference, has it started and how has it begun?
Good afternoon, Braden. It has started very well. It seems to indicate that it will go beyond my expectations. It's about, as you have already said, realizing digital economy. We are trying to do what we might have failed to do in the first, second, and third industrial revolution, now in the fourth, to make sure that we exploit and optimize the human potential. You will remember, Braden, one of the things I'm sure you know as a veteran in the transition of this country and the world economy, Japanese is one of the top countries in the world today without natural resources. All what they did, they untapped their human potential. And the fourth industrial revolution is one behind. But to do so, we need to upscale, to go at a higher pace in a bigger way, and making sure that we partner with all the ICT industry leaders, policymakers, innovators, to build a collaborative platform to do things bigger in a short space of time before we feel left out, so that we stay as a relevant trading partner in the world.
How far behind the curve do you think we are?
Well, I must say, brother, it's quite significant, but you know, one Englishman or lady said it's never late for a man or a woman to mend. For instance, one of the biggest challenges we're confronted with is that we need just forget the broader industry. As government ourselves, we need to turn around the question of digital capability so that we are a responsive government, reimagine the rate at which we make policies, at the rate at which we legislate to respond to the problems as they confront us. Because if you know, as you know, the time lag for doing legislation in South Africa and the problems that were supposed to deal with immediate effect, there's a disjuncture there. Now, making sure that the state, just itself as a state, is digital capable, is another huge jump in ensuring that we close the gap in as far as the curve is concerned.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you enable the state, just on that point you've made, Minister, technologically, so much else would go very fast for you and ease in terms of service delivery. If you just look at small examples of how Home Affairs, for example, has enabled us to apply for IDs and passports digitally, has reduced the amount of paper and paperwork that's to be done. You can see the benefits there. Just one small example.
Just on that, Braden, we are already, between now and March next year, we might be coming with targets very soon. We want to ensure that we improve the e-governance service platforms and improve even the utilization. Because if we do that, we stand a chance where, as a developmental state, we are effective, our messages get on time to our people, their queries get responded on time, and the messages we want to give to society get there on time.
Yeah, I don't know if the conference will be dealing with this. You can enlighten me or not. You've mentioned that, I mean, as part of the theme, there's an issue of scaling up skills. And we are told all the time that there's a big skills gap in our country, especially in this digital age that we live in. Are there specific areas of concern that you seek to address as a conference in terms of skills development?
You see, Braden, there are two critical issues. How do we scale to immediately position ourselves immediately with regard to the current demand so that we participate competitively. At the same time, how do we craft a path for medium and long term so that we are in a long term sustainably a country that is digitally capable? So we expect tonight some pledges of partnership by various industries. There's both international and domestic IT companies here. One of the challenges we're confronted with, one of the experts here was showing us the amount of money in billions that we pay overseas to procure skills we do not have. We want to turn around that thing as much as we can. I was in India, but then not long time ago. What I'm going to tell you, you may not believe that on annual basis, they produce 500,000 what to call IT engineers. And they're already one of the leading companies in the world. So those are areas where South Africa is capable of making a difference in a short space of time.
And then one of your outcomes would be to produce a plan of action, I guess, after tomorrow. It's a 2-day conference. Would skills, yes, for example, yes, form part of that? What would be, in your view, the key elements of such an action plan going forward?
We expect partnership to be pronounced, and even quite a minimum number of skills immediately we're going to confront, we're going to execute. Maybe the other thing I forgot was to say to you, we also are discussing strongly the issue of the better use of TVET colleges, because we are saying in our country we have allowed a situation where TVET colleges is where children who have not done well theoretically must go to TVET college, and it undermines our ability to be on the cutting edge of technology in the world. Countries like Germany, it's a well-known fact, I'm sure you know that, brother, in as far as technical capability is concerned. It is the technical training and technical skills that made Germany to be a leading country, amongst other things, cars and so on. We also want to enter that space, of course, in collaboration with the Department of Education, both higher and basic, to make sure that our TVET colleges are turned around and make our children not to think TVET colleges is a place for those who don't know where to go.
Yeah, just the other week I interviewed Professor Tinyiko Maluleke of Tshwane University of Technology. They just had a national dialogue the other day about digital skills, the future economy, the future of work. I mean, the future of work is quite different from what you and I grew up knowing. Today it's digital and it's changing very, very fast. How confident are you'll be able to implement the outcomes you're going to produce tomorrow?
I'm very, very confident. I keep on quoting rather boringly one of my heroes, Professor Marwala, where he once said, South Africa found itself on the HCI, Human Capital Index, being compared to Benin and Malawi, yet in terms of economic potential, it's far above those. And the challenge, being simple, is that his view, which we all agree with, is that we need to equip South Africans to untap the wealth which is at their disposal.
Yeah, you know, as you say that, I'm thinking about another example. We have the SASSA gold cards, for example, situation. And just the other day, Postbank couldn't pay out beneficiaries, on time because the IT systems were failing. And that speaks to the problem of digitization in government. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Well, just to take that one aside of Postbank, Braden, it was a one-day issue. The Postbank issue was a one-day issue. It was what we call a technical glitch,
which affected some 500,000 people.
Yes, 500,000 too many, but it was stabilized within a day. But if you look at the beginning of October, the next cycle, it was just everything was going well. We are stabilizing the Postbank. The Postbank, but it has to be evaluated for bigger things than social grant. We want to make it a state bank. So it's being built for bigger things. So that's why we made sure that in a short space of time, we resolve that.
Yeah, you and I should have a discussion about the Postbank because we know its performance has not been great over the last few years, and it's in a digital economy and it's not keeping up with the digital.
Can't wait. You know, Braden, boards have left because we're intervening there decisively. Because Postbank, you are correct, has been badly governed. We're making major interventions. Very soon we'll be announcing a new board. But I can't wait to come to you, Braden. We talk about the medium and long term where we're taking the Postbank to. We've got a clear vision.
Okay. In the short term, the gold cards matter. I'm sure you are aware. There were rumors that the gold cards that SASSA beneficiaries are using and that they can't use them at Postbank come December. And now there's a news that they've been extended to next year. I'll be speaking to the Postbank sometime this afternoon. But I just want to get your view. Because when they migrated from the old system to the new system, Postbank told us, they were making it more efficient and high-tech, and you wouldn't need these gold cards. But currently, you still need them.
As you will remember, Braden, that ideally, they expired around May, but an adjustment was agreed with Reserve Bank, Visa, and PASA, the Payment Association of South Africa, that they should be allowed until December, until certain things are resolved. Now that the bank had a glitch, we are reorganizing, and it has been now agreed, and Reserve Bank, PASA, and Visa, there's an agreement now. Those cards are going to be used beyond December. It will take almost a year so that everything is stabilized. In other words, all those people who have got those cards, they must not be worried about expiry date. They must just go and make use of them.
Okay, Minister, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. We'll let you go to carry on with the conference. But you and I have a date. We need to talk about this Postbank because it's lagging behind. Sorry, Minister?
I can't wait, Braden.
You can't wait. Okay.
I can't wait, Braden. We must share with the country where we're taking.
Okay, it's very important. Thank you very much for your time, Minister, this afternoon. That's Mondli Gungubele, the Minister of Communications and Digital Technologies there, promising to talk to us in the near future about the future of Postbank, because to many of us, it's been like stuck in the past. We live in a digital world. It should move. We'll have to find out what those plans are. And it's been badly governed over the last few years, as he confirmed there, with a number of boards coming and going. And on that Postbank matter, I will be talking to a spokesperson of the Postbank shortly about what's going to happen. They say they have no plans to change the South African Social Security Agency's gold cards. The minister also weighed in on that just a short while ago.